First carry now for Justice Hill. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Boy, that's a 5-yard loss. Fourth down now. So on fourth down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. Back deep, Jarvis Landry. Gets around him. Yeah, that's a 48-yard punt with the coverage holding him to 3 on the return. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 27. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high power, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. They'll run. This is Hunt. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That one 28 yards on the ground.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Mayfield now. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Odell Beckham hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders. That
guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. A big play there on the catch and run. 55 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. They'll go with Hill here on 1st down, and he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Jackson escaping the pressure right. His pass caught at the 4. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
They'll try to run it in, going option right. Powerful running. And he will force his way into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson keeping it himself from a yard out as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Mayfield. Going deep here for Taylor. He's got a man. Complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A gain there of 30 big ones. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. First carry for Nick Chubb. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Browns have taken the lead. And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag. But you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. From the gun, it's Jackson. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And he'll score. Touchdown, Browns. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And it's now 21-7. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it, but you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. This time, Jackson will throw it. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews.
Jackson's pass, complete to Mark Andrews. A gain of 16 yards. First down.
And an alley to run. And he takes this way down, deep into Cleveland territory. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score. Second down, Washington. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. DeAndre Washington. His 5th touchdown now on the year. As his guys are back within a single score. Tucker with the extra point. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Mayfield to throw it this time. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Big yardage there for the Browns, 18. First down, Mayfield. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the lead now up to 14. This fielded at the 2. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And, Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides of this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game. Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 23 yards the pickup there. They go play action here on 1st down. Sliding out of the pocket. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. Steps away to his left. That's taken in by Callaway. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Well, they'll get the yardage, but they hate to see him take that hit. You're always trying to cool off a big-time guy throwing the ball, but you have to know when to back off, pull off, and not hit him. There's the penalty. On 1st down, Chubb able to get forward for about 4 as he's taken down. Tackle made there by Tony Jefferson. From the 25 on 2nd down, Mayfield. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Tim Williams able to record his 5th sack of the season. Mayfield in this Browns offense staring at a 3rd and long now after the sack. Mayfield to throw it. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 16. Mayfield on first down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. He was trying to get it to his tight end, David Njoku, and that'll bring up second down. They'll run with Hunt on second down. He will push his way down to about the 14. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
Alert, alert! Alert, alert!
On third down, Mayfield. And this is caught for a Browns touchdown by Landry. Jarvis Landry with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Extra point by Seibert up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken in at the 1. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
At their own 31-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be second down.
He was brought down by Kendall Fuller. A gain of a yard.
Now this time he'll look to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Joe Schobert. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
Intercepted. The Browns take over 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
And an alley to run. Odell Beckham Jr. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. And his kick is good, and flags fly as well. Some frustration showing through right now. This is going to be a roughing call. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. He finds an opening past the 40. Room here to run. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Second quarter action, 1:56 remaining. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 31-yard line.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Now a first down carry. It's Hill. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 12 yards the pickup there. Good for a Raven first.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half.
Mike 53. I hope you brought your lunch because I'm about to take you to school.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 3rd down. From the gun, Jackson toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
That's it, baby. We're going to work.
The Browns drive about to get started. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened-up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
A bit of an opening there on the first down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
At the Ravens' 48-yard line.
Final play of the half, Mayfield. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Cleveland offense ready to go. They had a big first half. Now they have a chance to add to that lead here in the opening possession of the second half.
And everyone always asks about halftime adjustments, kind of the key phrase. What did you do at halftime? Well, the way they ran offense in the first half, I think they were very calm, congratulatory, but also what they were saying is, don't expect them to be the same on defense. They'll be the ones making the adjustments. Let's see what they do, and we'll attack accordingly.
And we'll see how they attack here. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll be 3rd and 10.
That's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 10.
King. Hey, fool is Mike.
Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Check back forward. Real. Hey, Zoo. They're not ready for this. They still playing.
From the gun, Mayfield. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. The former first-round pick Marlon Humphrey there to get a hand on it. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Being chased out left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
To me, the defense was a little gassed near the end of the first half, but they come out of the locker room with a little extra spring in their step. Wonder what they did at halftime to get them so motivated.
I don't know, but that sack looked good. Now let's see if they can build on the momentum of that play. Give them 11 yards that time on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over.
26-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson over the middle, complete. That's Andrews. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
On 2nd and 9, Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The D-tackle, Sheldon Richardson, came barreling in for the sack. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Now Jackson looking left side, and it's complete. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 37. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 37-yard line. Throwing is Jackson. This will be caught by Brown. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18. Jackson and the offense come up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. They'll run it out of the gun with Hill. And good downhill running. He's got 6 yards down to the 13. Jackson, option right. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. 3rd down just got a lot tougher. That will officially go as a loss of 7. On 3rd down, Jackson. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off down near the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Throwing, Mayfield. He finds Taylor, complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 10. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Open man is Taylor. He's got it. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. The tight end, David Njoku, the intended receiver. 3rd down here. The Browns on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Here's Mayfield. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Vic Beasley reaches home that time. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Steps away. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Larry Ogunjobi able to record his 5th sack of the season. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Now it's Jackson. The corner blitz gets there as he goes down for a loss of 7. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Jackson on 3rd and long from his end zone. And almost intercepted. That would have been his 3rd pick in this game alone. Instead, 4th down. Just nothing there. And from their own end zone, it's a fake. And they're going to sack him again. The 5th time they've gotten him today, and this one results in a safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
The Browns drive about to get started. The outcome of this one, well, we know who's going to win it. It's just all window dressing at this point. Got me thinking, what's the biggest blowout that you've been a part of as a player, broadcaster?
No, I'm not going to go to the player part because when I think blowout...
Because you won every game as a player.
No. I think about being blown out. And no one wants to go back to those memories. But, you know, when I was calling college football, I saw a game that, you know, a team put 70. I actually saw it happen twice. A team put 70 on their opponent. And in the NFL, in the 2017 season, I saw one of those changing of the guard games where a team that hadn't been very good before now is dominating and kicking around a team who had been ruling their division.
And that's when you earn your paycheck, right? As the analyst, you got to fill that time.
You've got to know what's going on out there and how it all happened.
Well, obviously, that begs the question, what game was it?
That was Seattle hosting Los Angeles, the Rams.
Ah, yeah.
Their second meeting of the season, and the Rams turned it around from the first one and blew out the Seahawks.
And now off to the races, down the right side. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Taywan Taylor, 85 yards. As his guys continue to pour it on. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that will extend this big lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get. And it's just so strange to see that go up on the board. And then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen to your team again. They've got to take care of the ball.
But, boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score some points.
So now a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. From the gun, it's Jackson. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. Sheldon Richardson picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. To throw is Jackson. Flush to his right. Now he's going to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 22, and they will take over at the 26-yard line.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. To throw, Mayfield dancing to his left. And that is incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant the flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. They'll be hard-pressed to match that one. That a 65-yard punt. And the Ravens will get it. 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. Jackson, option right. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore 1st down.
Well, that's the fear any defense has when the quarterback gets involved in the running game. You don't usually account for him, and he's hurting them today.
Yeah, he's been very involved in the running game. Defensively, when you got the coverage good downfield, how do you account for him, though?
Occasionally, you start to spy him. Take someone on.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jannard Avery able to record his 5th sack of the season.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. He may try and run for this. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. Here's Jackson. He is going to find Hill here. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. So on 4th down, a big-time completion, and the defense, they've got to be shaking their heads right now.
Not only shaking their heads, but understand that they committed one of those cardinal sins that they say they can't do at any time. They committed an eye violation, had their eyes in one place, and allowed the deep ball behind them. And on this play, the read for the quarterback was the defensive end, and he was totally focused on the quarterback. He should have given it off inside to the running back. Instead, he kept it and ended up taking a loss on the play.
Not even a chance to pitch that one as he's swallowed up in the backfield. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll make it 3rd and goal. This time, Jackson will throw it. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. Myles Garrett. And this Browns defense stands tall. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Cleveland, they continue to put themselves in position for a first-round bye as they move to 8-2. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile,